Taurus, what's up? I just want to let you guys know that this might be a part 1, part 2, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're in a shadow phase, Mercury retrograde. So how have you guys been doing? It's funny, I was thinking about Moon and Taurus before I recorded or started recording the video, and this is actually the card that's at the bottom of the deck, so that just reassures me that I was right in listening to Spirit and choosing the Wild Unknown Tarot. So this is seemingly like it's going to be a wealth of information for you guys. Let me just go ahead and get started. Something fell on the floor. That was my remote control. Oh, yes, honey. Are you guys not wanting to admit to something? Also, when I started, getting ready, trying to center myself using the new light that I got from a wonderful reader at Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery, which is on East 14th Street. The address is 230 East 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues, okay? So it's near Union Square in the NYU area in the northern part of the East Village, right? Just the northern part, pretty much, right up there. I read there on Sundays from 11:30 to 3:30, sometimes 4. Sometimes I, cover there as well, too. So there might be some surprise dates that I might announce if I'm there, okay? Well, the Unknown Tarot deck is by Kim Kranz. You can actually follow her on Instagram. It's a very, it's not dark at all. Some of the cards can be, but it's more along the lines of, like black and white. And then there are bits of color thrown in. Like this is the Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands. Ooh. Some of you are fixed on something that you want to do. It's almost like you're not changing your mind about what you want to do. This is kind of like a card that may be resonating in the reading. You might be dealing with a person. My ear started itching before I started the video. And, maybe you guys know something that's kind of bugging you and you want to do something about it, but it's almost like you can't do anything about it and you're getting anxious about it. It's almost like you want to tell somebody or you want to do something about something that you heard about, and it may be in regards to you. It may have struck a chord with your ego a little bit, so you want to take action. This could be any other fire sign. We are in Sagittarius season, so this could be like someone whose birthday it is right now, or it could just be someone, today is my father's birthday, and this is the Father of Wands, and, it's 12/12. Interesting. I'm 10/01. Anyway, let me go ahead and I think Spirit is telling me to shuffle the deck one more time, and then I'm going to cut it. Yeah. I haven't used these cards in a while, Taurus. And they are definitely wanting to say something. So these cards could have stuck out of the deck. I'm going to go ahead and put them down. I thought about doing a cause and effect, and that's what it's telling me I should do. Now I'm going to cut the deck. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, you guys got the Daughter of Pentacles. So you could be going into a new phase or a new position at work. Some of you might be, experiencing some training, or you might be feeling like you are now just starting to settle into a job or a new experience that is going to provide you with something that will materialize in the future into something greater, into something meaningful, into something bigger, into something that will be substantiated and acknowledged as a thing that came from a seed. Some of you might be in school and you might be thinking that you're really valuing this time that you're going to be having off of school during the holidays, because some of you may have just been very focused during the fall season, working hard, not necessarily stressed, but definitely maybe feeling a little bit tired or physically drained. You know what I mean? Because this is Saturn, so it's like, you know, you're learning lessons, you're doing things, you're facing pressures, you're facing restrictions, but you're also doing it in a way that's very efficient. You're being very pragmatic. You feel a sense of dignity in being able to achieve these things and being able to say, you know, I feel like I'm getting somewhere with this and this is what I meant to happen. You know, that type of thing. So now let me go ahead and flip over the card that represents sort of like you and your energy right now. It's the Lover's card. So this is really talking about, you know, it's adaptation, but it's adaptation in a way where it's like congruency. It's coming together, and you guys are understanding that the goal is to actually create something that is going to be thoughtful for you, or maybe your mind is being challenged by another person. This could be an earth sign, you know, it could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It could be a Gemini as well. You guys might be talking to a Gemini, or you may be, you know, experiencing a very type of Gemini situation where you feel like you're so close to someone, and it's just, there's like kind of like something there spiritually, almost like they're thinking the same thoughts as you sometimes, or like when you're about to call them, they actually are calling you, you know what I mean? Or you look at your phone before it actually starts vibrating, or before it starts like, you know, making noise or something like that. So you feel like you are like tied to someone, you're connected to someone through like communicative channels, like the thoughts. What do we call it? It's an empathic type of thing. It's not, it's telepathy, right? What am I saying? I was going to say telekinesis, but that's more like Carrie. Did you watch Carrie, the movie, with someone? Did someone out there watch Carrie with someone? And now, after you guys watch that movie, you're feeling like you may like this person. Anyway, that was random. Okay, so it's definitely a Gemini, because now you got the 6, you got the Lovers, okay? And then you got the 10 of Swords crossing you as your challenge or your immediate influence, right? So it's almost like the idea that you know, that you knew of this person, right? It's almost like this person may have been around you for a long time, with the Daughter of Pentacles here at the bottom. And then with the Lover's card being here at the center of the reading, it's saying like there's a very Gemini energy going on. It's kind of playful. It feels very youthful. And there's kind of almost like butterflies in the stomach. You know, here's a Lover's card right here. You can see it. It's these birds. Yes. Da, 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 we're flying through. And then comes the reality of something that you cannot deny with your mind. It's the ending of something, right? Something has progressed fully into an understanding, right? And it's not like you can distract yourself from knowing what it actually is. And it is the Lover, so this could be the ending of a relationship as you know it, or the ending of a phase of relationship and the beginning of a new phase of a new relationship with the same person that you've been dealing with for a while. That's been around. You know, in Taurus, for you guys, you're ruled by Venus, so it's like people are attracted to you. There's an attraction that comes towards your way, generally. And you guys like to definitely settle within your comfort levels and your boundaries. So it's like when people come in and they might interest you, but, you know, they're different. It's different than what you are used to. So you kind of have to ease into things like that. You don't necessarily jump into things too quickly unless someone is like really just taking you for a spin, like a Pisces or a Scorpio or something like that. Maybe even a Cancer, but then, you know, you guys do well with Scorpio energy. But this is a Gemini, you know, it could be a Sagittarius. Definitely, we're in Sagittarius season. This is the 10, it's Jupiter, you know, very Wheel of Fortune energy. So this is the awareness of something that is open-ended right now. It's almost like, oh, it could be anything at this point, right? That it's not what it was. Yeah. And then it's almost like this person has been around, you know, they've been committed to you for a long period of time, but they've been committed to you in a different way. And now that awareness is being challenged, or that commitment is being challenged by the awareness that it actually is going to become, or it might be looking like something else. Okay, so let's look at the foundation of the reading and what, you know, what is at the bottom, what you guys are already working with. Okay, so this is the 7 of Cups. This is Venus and Scorpio. Scorpio is, you know, desire. definitely. You know, and I just talked about Scorpio. I was like, you guys do very well with Scorpio, Taurus. So it could definitely be a Scorpio. Your house of relationships right now, what's there? What's there? What am I thinking of? There's some planet there. I think it's Mercury or Venus. So Venus is Scorpio, right? She was retrograde. Now she's direct. She was retrograde and she was in Libra, which is a sister sign of you, Taurus. You know, both ruled by Venus. And then now she's going back into Scorpio, which Venus being in Scorpio for you is literally like a relationship, right? There's some confusion here, definitely. You don't know what to make of a situation or the circumstances within that situation because it's something that you're not used to. You know, the Scorpio energy is a fixed energy, so it's almost like they kind of like keep themselves in a certain way, in a certain place, so that others can't really permeate that space or that membrane, if you will. But this person has definitely done that because with that Scorpio energy, it is talking about that sting, and that definitely penetrates. So this is talking about the penetration. You guys could have been having sex, definitely. There was that one time that you guys accidentally had sex, and now it changes things. You know what I mean? It changes things. We were just hanging out. We've been friends for a long time since we were young. Or, you know, just years ago. It could be a year, 2 years ago, but we were younger when we knew each other and our relationship was different, right? Bam. Started spending time together, having fun. Oops, something happened. Oh, yes, honey, that curtain is closed on this, honey. We did something. Okay? That could be you know what I mean? Or it could definitely just be something, a situation with the family, right? And like the family may be annoyed with a friend that you might be wanting to bring home for the holidays. It's definitely that. You know what I mean? And at the bottom, it's like you might be confused at how they're going to be received. You don't want them to be outcasted. You don't want them to feel like, you don't want them to feel like you have to. You don't want to be made to feel like you have to choose between two people also, because these are Roman numerals on these cards, and at the foundation, family, right? That is your foundation, and right here, this 10 is talking about family, as in something that's been accumulated, right? Something that knows, something that's been fully manifested into something that it won't develop into anything more than it already is. But then, like, you can definitely change the focus of what it is, and now it's new. It's in a new cycle. It's a new process, right? Daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. So definitely like the institution and the realities within that institution, soul level connection, thing like that. Yeah, definitely, because you could be trying to introduce someone to your family and they don't really know them, and it's like, what is this? Also, if you have a lot of Scorpio energy, then this could be in terms of like, if you are a Scorpio and you're cross-watching, right? This could be like you in terms of dealing with that Scorpio that Taurus that you might be bringing around the family, or just coming into your life in a different way. All right, so let's look at the top of the reading. So this is like what you already, what you're working towards. What what's already existing is the bottom, and what's at the top is kind of like what you're working towards. And that's the moon. I just said the moon was in Aquarius. And I may have not said that, but I was thinking that before. Sometimes you should just say what you're thinking, say what you're picking up on, because if you wait, then you can't be like, anyway, whatever. I'm going inward, just like the moon goes in. So, you're learning that it's like, some of you are like, well, if my mom's cool with it, then I don't care what nobody else says. Uncle Joe. Or whoever that is. Right? If my mom's cool with it. This is also, feelings changing. This is saying that you want someone's feelings to change about something because, the moon definitely is talking about our emotions and our feelings, and it's like evolution, like things change. The moon changes. The way we feel changes. You know what I mean? I'm definitely like that. My friend Dale is too. We both are Cancer moons, right? Feelings change every day. Where's the moon today? Okay, that's how I feel. What? Okay, but this is definitely talking about secrets. And you know what I said? when I was talking about getting centered for the video, my ear started itching and I started feeling very uncomfortable on the left side of my face. You know, it was just itching. So somebody might be dealing with, I don't know, maybe the person might be left-handed. I don't know. But, you know, someone told you something or you found out something and you don't want anyone to know that you know. So this is talking about secrets, right? It's also talking about your body and the comfort level that you have within your body. It's also talking about home and family, right? Bam, there we go. If I had a bell, I'd go ding, ding, ding. Maybe I need to get one. Home and family too, right? You're bringing these people home. You also have to understand, darling, that when you bring people around something that's been established as what it already is, then it's like they have to adapt, Gemini energy. They have to adapt to the family and the new idea of what that means, right? They're dynamic. They're dynamic within something that already exists. And you need to think about that too. Okay, I'm a Libra, sun and rising. And you're definitely going to be considering all of the parties involved and how they affect each other, because that is really what is going to be happening, regardless of what anybody wants to think, feel, say, or do. Okay, Saturn, exalted in Libra. Now, let's look at, you guys, if your mom is giving you issues, or if, you know, you're dealing with something, maybe you don't want to go home because you're starting, this is like the first time that you're in a serious relationship with someone over the holidays, and you want to make sure that, you know, you give them that part of you that you've always been giving elsewhere, you know, that type of thing. Your mom may not be okay with it, you know. Anyway, let's look at what's going on in your head, because we've already gone through so much. Yes, darling. I got go. All right. So you got the Ace of Wands, baby. The Ace of Wands is really strong energy coming in, right? Poof, bam. So this could be like a strong blow to the mind, right? It's like people are like, whoa, now this person means something to you, right? But then this is also like what I was talking about when I said, now, oh, you're mine now. Y'all done had sex or something. Y'all done something. Something was done. Now you're trying to figure out what to do about what happened. A card flipped over, and I'm going to check to see what that one is. Now you're trying to see. I just saw what it was. This is Jupiter in Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Now you're understanding how you're going to make something work. You're expanding on a reality, but then it's almost like the delegation within that reality. How are you compartmentalizing things? How are you setting things aside? How are you accumulating things? How are you saving? How are you allowing things to kind of gain interest? This is interest gaining, value gaining, and interest. Also, it's talking about, you know, figuring out how you're going to make something work, right? Because it was a surprise for some people, you know, this new information that you gave to them. Or maybe it was a surprise to you, right? Because it's like that thing I said when you found out something and now you're trying to figure out what to do with it, because it's not just information, it's not just knowledge. It is going to affect something in a meaningful way. It's going to substantiate another situation or a circumstance out of this once that information is brought out. Bam, the awareness of something, the ace, right? And it's like sometimes we can use things as resources, positively or negatively, like information. Information is a resource. What are you going to do with that information? Oh, it's knowledge now. Now I have that knowledge. Now I know this thing. Now I can go to that place and get this thing that I just found out this knowledge about. So it's like then now you have it in your hand. Bam, just from the idea that was given to you. Okay, so this is saying that, you know, something really is going to be initiated and you're going to have to really deal with it on a real level. Because Capricorn is a real sign that likes to deal with real things, right? That's for sure. And it's cardinal too. So it's like, what am I making of this? You know, why am I putting in all this mileage? What is that? Where am I going? Are we going to be there at the end of this journey? Right? It's like the satisfaction of something. Bam. That's why, you know, it's connected to that the devil card, right? It's almost like you might become codependent on a substance, and it's like, you know, that because that substance is going to give you that ultimate instant gratification, satisfaction, then it's like you go to that. But then that keeps you from really understanding how you can move beyond that and you can get other things, right? It's really a time issue, and that's Saturn too. So, you know, this is saying that it's just a matter of time. I'm going off course, but, you know, Saturn really is talking about time and how you spend your time, what takes up your time, what you allow to take up your time, that type of thing. Anyway. And Saturn is definitely in this reading again, okay? Because it's in your reading in the Daughter of Pentacles, right? Let you know. And you got it right here echoing within this card of the Two of Pentacles, which is also echoing that Gemini energy here, right? Making a choice, decision, temperance, making things work, seeing how something can be considered in another way that actually might be just as meaningful as the other way that you were considering it before. You just have to allow yourself to like work in sequence with things sometimes, because you can't, you know, you can't eat the whole lobster. I don't really like lobster, but you can't eat the whole lobster, honey. You got to go through, you know, go through it, and then you'll be satisfied. Right? You're not looking, it's like you definitely aren't looking at, you're taking a risk, right? You're thinking about taking a risk with something, but you're really trying to weigh out what it's going to do, right? Because you don't want the wrong thing to transpire from this anyway. Okay, home and family and the water placement, y'all. You got the world, which is Saturn, transmuting energy, right? Changing it. There's a sense of adaptability that comes from this too, but it's not like it's not like you adapting to something so that you can actually like find yourself comfortable within that. But this is actually getting uncomfortable and learning how to be comfortably uncomfortable, dealing with shit, right? As it comes, because it's always going to come in and go out. It's a cycle, right? It's like I was saying, this is karma too. It's like everyone makes their own decisions based on what their experiences already have been. So before they meet you, you can't, you know, and after they meet you, you can't be like, well, I want you to be this way. And you're like, but I was all of these other ways with all of these other people at all of these other times in all of these other states or whatever before I met you, honey. So like, no, my life, right? So this is the embodiment of you. What do you mean to yourself, right? What is your experience really about? What are the lessons that you're really learning about your emotions, right? And how you see your family and how you love your family, right? And how you definitely need to probably, Taurus, reach out a little bit more, engage a little bit more, because Saturn does want you to be engaged, right? Because it wants you to learn. Saturn wants this page of Pentacles, this Daughter of Pentacles, to stay fully engaged, honey. Mind your P's and Q's. That was an ugly face. But yeah, you know, this is talking about, you know, just expanding upon oneself. You evolving into something greater, more wisdom, more principles that are based on realities. Yeah, absolutely. Saturn, honey. Y'all gonna learn. Ooh, Aquarius. Okay, so you got Saturn, and then you got Uranus. So there's an Aquarius connection here. What's going on? Are you guys far away from people? There's distance. Some people are feeling distant from the home, from the family. Maybe some of you, you know, that's the thing. It's like a surprise. It's like you're taking a risk with the home and family, you know, bringing somebody from a distance, right? You might just even be like taking a chance on just doing it for, you know, you're like, hey, I feel like this is ready. I feel like this relationship is cooked, okay? And now it's ready for y'all to eat. So eat it. Anyway, sorry. Thinking about my sister. She's a Taurus moon. But she's in a relationship that's been ongoing. So this really could also even be about, friendships as well that might be changing courses. It could also be, you know, you thinking about the way that you communicate and if it's actually the way that you want it to be. It's like the way that we communicate with people definitely has to change and it has to evolve, and we have to adapt to the way that people receive us. So sometimes you might have to compromise in the way that you want to do things just so you can actually get the point across and people can receive it, right? Willingly, openly, make that compromise. So, if it's not a relationship, it really is an idea or a place or a process. It's like you really allowing yourself to not be unwilling to let things happen that may be out of your control. Because everything is out of your control. Child, you are on a rock in outer space that's huge, floating, that there are even huger rocks floating out there. Just out there in space, honey. We're just out here. Okay? So you're already at risk. So just live your life. The Fool is God, and this is talking about the faith and the hope and the belief that everything is going to be just fine. Everything is everything. That Lauryn Hill song, Everything is Everything, right? Damn, y'all. You got the world and the Fool right beside each other. Okay? So there's an ending that's going to occur, and it's going to bring in a very new beginning. And this isn't the water placement, so this is relationship oriented as well as home and family. There that goes again. Okay, Taurus, let's look at your earth placement. Saturn is very well throughout this reading. And this is earth. So, let's just see what goes on. Didn't I just sing that Aquarius song? Didn't. Let the sun shine. It's not the sun, it's the star. I know. But that still is talking about Aquarius energy. So this is saying that some of you need to really put some value in the time that you spend by yourself, right? You like friends, you like friends, you like going out, you like doing stuff. You might even be doing a lot of Christmas stuff, things are happening. But you got to stay balanced within yourself, within your perspective and your mind and your spirit, balance those chakras. Go take a yoga class, We're doing a lot of drinking and eating at this time, and just staying centered and doing something that is actually, self wellness, right? Practices are very important, and I feel like you should definitely make the time for that and do that. You definitely are spending some more time with an Aquarius, some of you out there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if this doesn't resonate with some of you that may have a Taurus placement in a specific area, then maybe you want to look at another placement. This could also be if you have Venus and Taurus too. But yeah, Aquarius is also a fixed energy, so it's sort of squaring you as well. So there might be some tensions in terms of, the way that you might be seeing something now based on the way that it had been, and your understanding that everybody has a choice to change. You know what I mean? And everybody has a choice to think for a choice and a chance, and their own choices to make, right? You definitely got to understand that more. That's actually a reality. Yeah, you also might need to forgive someone for something, You got a lot of fixed energy here in your reading, Taurus. And Cardinal, too. Mutable as well. They're all here. But, you know, you have the Star card, which is Aquarius. You have the Fool card, which is Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius. You have the World, which is Saturn, and, you know, that rules Capricorn and Aquarius. You got the Daughter of Pentacles here. That's Saturn energy. Double Earth. Definitely. So something is actually real. Something is actually real. And, like I said, it's somebody that you've probably known for a minute, maybe even since you were younger. You know, Sun in Scorpio has been showing itself behind the Page of Pentacles for a while throughout the whole reading. Like it was like this. And I was like, let me just go ahead and pull it. It's the Six of Pentacles. Childhood. My gosh. Do some of you have a childhood friend that, like, you eventually, like, went to school, everything like that, came back, you guys moved back to your hometown, now you guys feeling each other, and you're getting back together, and stuff like this, and it's a surprise to people, what's going on. Some people might love it, think it's a fairy tale thing, some people might think it's weird. This reading is not going to resonate with everyone, okay? You know, some of you definitely need to let go of some scorn that you might have been dealing with, or some resentment that you may have been dealing with, or some past hurts that you feel like you wish you could change or go back to change, or wish that somebody would apologize or do something about, you know what I mean? It's like that type of stuff. You've got to learn how to let things come to an end in terms of forgiveness, right? It's like forgiving yourself and knowing that you weren't really the one to blame. Right? And that, you know, maybe the other person was just kind of, you know, confused themselves. Or they had some shit that they had to work out too. You know? Forgiveness is really not for the other person, but it's for us. Yeah, this could be with a job. You may be just very annoyed with the way a job went in the past, for sure. And you gotta just move on from that type of situation or from that mindset, because it's only going to block you from, you know, progressing and maturing into something better. Now let's continue to go onward, because I want to get the reading to an end. We're at the 30-minute mark. I've just passed it. I'll try to keep it at 35. Your reading is really crazy and kind of fierce. Down, 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 down. You got the Lovers and the Moon and the World and the Fool, the Star card and the Wheel of Fortune too. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, change is occurring. Whoa! You know, washouts, swell-ups, shrinkage, all that type of things. Wow, things are happening. Jupiter is actually in Sagittarius right now. And that is your 8th house of other people's money. You know, secrets. You know, destruction, transformation, right? So some of you are transforming from this energy right here in this reading of this other person. Jupiter in the 2nd house, well, no, 8th house for Tauruses, but 2nd house for Scorpios, for those cross watchers out here. I just feel like there might be some Scorpios watching this reading. Wow, and I just realized that I know a Taurus. Yeah, anyway. Could be the ending of a relationship that involved the family too, and not like this person is coming for the holidays, but that could have been something as well in the past. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so things may have gotten a little bit out of control in terms of the Aquarius, or maybe a lot of you were spending a lot of time by yourself in terms of trying to figure out where something was going. And I feel like you're coming out of it really, oh, this is also a wish that might be coming true. or you're getting a wish. You're getting wishes fulfilled, right? And in a big way. And it's like there's some permanency to this, a feeling of permanency, because it's actually in the earth placement of the reading, right? But then it's like a wish, right? The star card is a wish card, honey, for something. This could even be a Christmas type thing, but it's something more meaningful. It's something like real, like something like that carries a lot of weight. Not heavyweight, but you know, like it's really something. It's like a car. Some of you could be getting surprised by getting a car that you needed or something. Wow, bam. And the Jupiter is luck, wishes being granted, wishes being fulfilled, and offering invitations of sorts that are very exciting. Taurus, that's pretty good. I'm living for this reading. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards. Wait. 6. Yeah, 6. And then you have 1 ace here. Interesting. Now let's look at the fire placement for you. Mother of Cups reaching towards that moon, honey. Mother of Cups reaching towards that moon. If this was the reading laid down flat, it'd be like this, right? So there's a desire to get closer to the mother for some of you. Some of you might even be experiencing, you might be announcing. You might be announcing a pregnancy over the holidays, okay? Sun and Scorpio here, representing life and death, transformation, you know, children too, in a way. The lovers, Gemini, children. Sun and Gemini crossing the lovers, children. The moon, nurturing energy, mother. Ace of Wands, children coming from that. Oh, now we've got to re-strategize our finances because we know that we have this child coming. Daughter of Pentacles. Y'all better watch this whole video, okay? Some of you might even be getting married because of that. I don't know why I'm saying that, because there really isn't a marriage card here except for the lovers. The Wheel of Fortune Jupiter represents the husband as well. Yeah. There's a need to express something. It's almost like you want to express an emotion, and it's almost like you're getting very excited about it and you wish you could do it now, but you have to wait. You know what I mean? And it's almost like people are asking you certain questions, like why you're not drinking over the holidays and things like that. And you might be saying that you're getting tapped. You know what I mean? All this stuff. Just so you can like keep this secret, like I said, itching to tell some people something, that you might be having a baby. Okay? And, you know, then you might actually be getting married, okay? Before the baby comes. I don't know. You might be. What's going on, you guys? You know, some of you might be wanting to be very creative. You might need a creative outlet to express yourself in the way that you feel, because you might be coming out of something ended, and now you were glad that it is, because it's like you wanted something to die, right? 10 of Swords, or even this 7 of Cups down here at the bottom of the reading. And then the Star card being here in the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like, yes, and the World card and the Fool card, maybe something ended so that you can begin anew. It was a wish that you had. It was granted, honey. You've been transformed from it. And it's almost like now you really want to just kind of get back to yourself. You want to make your own decisions. You want it to just be you doing you, okay? For sure, honey. And now after that, it might be somebody from the past that you actually liked, that you were not able to do anything with or for or do anything about. And now you're getting back to the idea that this person actually might be around for y'all to do something now. Okay, so now let me look at more cardinal energy, more Capricorn, more Saturn. You got the 4 of Pentacles. So some of you are holding on to something. You're not willing to let it go. Or some of you are, you know, afraid of losing something. It's almost like you don't want to let something go so you can get something else. You're trying to consume everything. If you're in 2 relationships, or if you're like really feeling some kind of way about somebody, then it's almost like you got to let them go so that the person that you're, you know, I mean, yeah. if you're feeling some kind of way about not having somebody around, then like you need to just go ahead and drop them so that you can make more sense and meaningfulness out of what you already have with somebody. Some of you, wow, this is opposing energy in the fire placement too, because you got the Mother of Cups, which is double water. It's Cancer energy. It could be Pisces or Scorpio, but for me, it's Cancer right now. And then you have the Capricorn card, Sun and Capricorn right next to it, darling. So there's like, you know, somebody is more emotionally invested in a relationship, and somebody might just actually be physically connected to the sex part. It's the desire, it's the fire, you know, it's the impulse as well. And that's fine. But, you know, the feminine aspect, or the person who is really more emotionally connected, is wanting to evolve and wanting something to evolve into something more meaningful, like in a spiritual level, soulful, meaningful. And you know, you might just be kind of like aware that somebody isn't going to change the way that they see the relationship with you. They're being stubborn about it. Yeah, somebody might also be like too bossy for you as well. It's like that's another thing with it. It's like you actually can't have somebody because you might be be restricted from it. So it's like you're looking towards other people, or you're looking towards your mom. Maybe you're talking to her more about it because it's like this thing isn't being manifested. It's a wish that you have. Some of you that haven't gotten that wish, or some of you have gotten that wish, and it's almost like this person doesn't want to allow you to express yourself freely or emotionally. That could be a problem, you know what I mean, with the Ten of Swords being over here crossing the lovers. You know, this is a cause and effect reading, so it kind of jumps around because it talks about air. You know, the air is the first placement. Hold on, look, I'm gonna pick the camera up so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is the air placement here, right? Section 1. Section 2, this is water. This is section 3, which is actually the earth. This is fire placement, right? So this is you in the center as the lovers, and then it's giving you the immediate influence. The foundation is the Seven of Cups, Venus and Scorpio, which is I think where she is now. And then you've got the moon up here, which is Pisces and Cancer energy, but also could be Scorpio. But really it's just talking about emotions and your body and what you're going through. At night, it's talking about secrets. It's talking about unknown things. It's also talking about things that go through your subconscious and how your subconscious might be affecting you externally, yes? And this is also what was at the bottom of the deck here, and this was peeking out just like that the whole time. So there you go in terms of that. I did a little impromptu thing with the camera. I hope that you guys don't mind. People have like such bold opinion these days about other people and what they do. Just saying. Damn, y'all. There's some major things happening, some major changes. You guys have been hoping for something. You're getting that granted. Things are ending so that other things can begin. You might be feeling like you don't know what's going to happen, but you're willing to take that risk, right? You know, really just diving into a new way of seeing something, understanding it. Some of you are pregnant. You're trying to figure out what to do about that. You're keeping it a secret. But you have probably been hoping to get pregnant anyway, some of you out there. I don't know why, because, you know, you just feel like it's probably the next phase for you. Or you have been thinking about it or dreaming about it, right? Because the moon is talking about your dreams. And then it, like, actually did happen. Could be a pregnancy scare for some of you. It could be something that you, like, a pregnancy that you, like, don't want to carry out. The moon is definitely in this reading a lot, so it's talking about mothering, nurturing, things like that. Alright, Taurus, if this reading doesn't resonate with you, definitely check your sun, moon, and your rising and some other videos that I do. And then I'm going to get ready to do the weekly, so you can check out those on Instagram. I'm going to upload this video first, though. If you are looking to have a reading with me, you can email Providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. I might be doing a holiday special. Also, look for Dale on YouTube. I think he's going to be relaunching a channel that he kind of already had, but it, you know, and it's just funny how things work out. It's almost like very serendipitous that it exists. So he's going to be doing another affiliated channel with Providence Tarot, or it may not be. We'll just have to see what happens with that distance-wise. But email me at providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com if you'd like a reading. I can send you the pricings for the readings, and I might be doing a holiday special. Again, I'm Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery on East 14th Street. The address is 230 East 14th Street in New York City, between 2nd and 3rd Avenues. Okay. What else is there? I don't know. Just keep looking out for me, you guys. And like, comment, share, subscribe. Please comment on the videos. I want to know what's going on out there with you guys. All right. Bye, Taurus.